表からの面。
In this video, part 3 of the Kendo Principles, we're gonna be studying advanced techniques in Kendo. First, we're gonna start with the shikakewaza. Shikakewaza is the technique that you're gonna be attacking first against the opponent. First, we're gonna do the omote kara no men. Omote means the front side. You're gonna be attacking from the front side of the opponent's shinai. That means the right side. As you can see, I'm holding the opponent's shinai, and then my body is moving forward, and as I move forward, I use my wrist to hit the small man. Once again, as I take my small step with my right foot, use the wrist and strike the opponent's man precisely, and then do a good zanshin to turn around.
Ura kara no men.
Next, we're gonna do the ura kara no men. Ura means the opposite side. This time, we're gonna go to the left side of the opponent. It's the side that the opponent's kote side. Same way, we're gonna take a small stepping to get to the right mai, and then as your body moves, use your wrist to strike the man of the opponent. When you go through, you still go through the right side of the opponent. Keep a good zanshin until you turn around. Same way as the omote, ura, also you have to make sure that your hand and the feet, they strike the man and the floor respectively at the same time. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed, and then do a good kai and turn around.
Ura kara no kote.
Since the ura, kote is on the ura side, you have to attack the opponent through the left side and then hit the kote right away. Small motion, but use your snap from your wrist. After the hit, don't lose your mind. Always keep the mind to the opponent. And then make sure you get close to the opponent so the opponent cannot counterattack in case you miss the kote. Since the kote is the target that's closer to you compared to the man or do, it is a good idea to start the kote a little further distance as compared to the man. Make sure your body, hand, they strike at the same time.
Tobikomi-do.
This time we're gonna do the tobikomi-do. Tobikomi-do means to jump into the opponent's do. Important thing here is to hit the side of the do, not the front side of the do, but actually the side. You're cutting the liver of the opponent. When you hit the do, don't just try to hit the do. The feeling is you're gonna go in the same way as the man and then switch to the do at the last minute. Make sure you hit with both hands. It is a bad idea to just hit with the right hand. Make sure at the time of the strike, use both right hand and left hand to strike the do, and then go through quickly through to the left side of the opponent. Now we're gonna go into combinations. Kote men. This time we're going through the omote. Omote is the front side. You're actually not hitting the kote, but you're hitting the tsuba portion of the opponent. You're doing this so, especially in case the opponent has a very strong kamae and it's very difficult to go into the right distance, then you hit the kote on the tsuba, as you can see on the slow motion. You hit the kote to break the opponent's kamae and then strike the man right away. Keep a good form and zanshin until you turn around. When you do the kamae, try to keep good spirit, and then you have to push the opponent with your seme, and then as soon as the opponent feels that you're coming, you have to go kotemen right away. As I said, the point here is to strike the tsuba. Don't hit the tip of the shinai of the opponent. You have to strike the tsuba portion of the opponent's shinai. That would give a stronger impact to the opponent's shinai, and then the opponent's gonna open the kamae, and that's when you go for the man.
Kote men, ura.
This time we're hitting the kotemen from the ura side. Ura side is the kote side. This is more the traditional way of hitting the kote. You're hitting both kote and the men. Make sure when you hit the kote, your body goes in enough so you can hit the men properly. If you try to hit kote in the easy way, then your man is not gonna be good. Make sure to take a big step for the kote, and then right after bring your left foot quickly and then strike the man. When you practice these kind of waza with the opponent, it's a good idea for the person who's receiving not to open too obviously the targets. It's good for the opponent to keep the kamae, so it's a good exercise for the person who's hitting to break the opponent's kamae. This is the opposite side of the omote kara no kotemen. You're actually hitting the kote right on the target. And as you can see, my left foot's gonna follow quickly so I can go for the man. If you don't bring your left foot, then your hit's gonna be slow and you're gonna lose the balance of your body.
Tsukimen.
Next we're gonna do tsuki men. You do the tsuki and then hit the man right away. The tsuki is also to break the opponent's kamae. When the opponent has a very strong kamae, you have to do something before hitting in order for the opponent to break the kamae. And tsuki is one very useful waza. You can do the tsuki at the opponent's throat right on the tsuki target, or you can also do the tsuki on the chest part, on the mune part. And that would make the opponent break the kamae and then hit the man right away. The footwork is exactly the same as the kotemen. You hit one big step for the tsuki and then bring your left foot quickly and change it to man.
Makiwaza.
Next one is the makiwaza. Maki means to make a circle, to go around the opponent's shinai. As you can see, I'm rolling the opponent's shinai as my body goes in, and then when the opponent breaks the center of your body, that's when you strike the opponent's man. The point is that you cannot just do this with your hand. Your body, your wrist, everything has to be together. Also, when you do the makiwaza, don't do on the opponent's tip of the shinai. Try to do the maki closer to the opponent's hand. That would give a stronger impact to the opponent. If you do it too close to the tip of the opponent's shinai, first of all, it's not going to impact the opponent's shinai. Also, there's a chance that you may lose control of the shinai. Here, I'm going to show you a good example. As I go in, you go around the opponent's shinai, and with the same circular movement, you can hit the man. This movement is very natural and very effective for people that has a very strong kamae. Here is a bad example. I'm trying to do the makiwaza close to the tip of the opponent, and as I do that, I lose the contact with the opponent's shinai, and the opponent goes back to right kamae, so you're not going to be able to hit the proper man. So when you do the makiwaza, you have to take a big step while you do the makiwaza.
小手抜き面。
Now we're gonna start with some of the techniques that you're gonna counterattack opponent's movement. This one, the opponent's gonna come for kote. And what you're gonna do is you make a big motion, man. You're gonna bring your hand up and then let the opponent's shinai go under your hands and then hit the man right away. This is very similar to the Nihonme of the All Japan Kendo-kata. When you practice this at your dojo, you have to make sure that the opponent really tries to hit your kote. So that would be a good exercise for both sides.
小手すり上げ面、表。
Now we're gonna go into a series of suriage waza. Suriage means you're letting the opponent's shinai slide over your shinai. This time the opponent's gonna come for a kote, and from the omote side, you're gonna protect the opponent's shinai and then hit the man right away. If you wait too long, then the opponent is gonna get too close to you and you're not gonna be able to hit the man. So make sure as soon as the opponent's coming for kote, you're also getting ready to go for the suriage man. After hit, make sure you do a good zanshin until you turn around.
小手すり上げ面、裏。
Now the opponent's gonna come for kote again, and you're gonna do the suriage men from the ura side. The important thing about all these wazas is that if you're in the waiting mode, then it's gonna be too late for you to counterattack. The feeling is always ahead of the opponent. You have to be always predicting what the opponent's gonna do, or even better, make the opponent come for a kote. If you know exactly when the opponent's gonna be coming to strike you, then it's gonna be very easy for you to counterattack. But if you're not expecting the opponent to come and the opponent suddenly comes, then you're not gonna be able to protect and counterattack at the same time. Kote Suriage-men, the most important thing is to protect without breaking your balance. Always keep your shinai, the tip of your shinai, to the center of the opponent. If you move your shinai too much, then you're gonna be making opening to yourself. So make sure you do a small motion, just enough to protect your kote. And that way your motion is going to be small and it's going to be fast for you to strike the opponent back. Try to protect far from your body. Don't try to protect with the shinai close to your body. Always try far at the tip of your shinai.
Kote Suriage Kote.
This time we're gonna do kote suriage kote. Opponent's gonna come for kote, and then you're gonna protect the kote and hit the kote right away. This waza is very effective because when you do the suriage, your tip of the shinai, if you don't bring your shinai too much higher, your tip of the shinai is gonna be very close to the opponent's kote. So you just have to use your wrist and strike back. It's a very fast motion. This is like the sixth kata of the All Japan Kendo kata. This is a good example showing that if you look at my shinai tip, it's still in the middle of the opponent's body. It doesn't go too high or too much to the sides. That way you're protecting yourself by keeping the shinai to the center, and then you can do a counterattack right away. This close-up shows how I use my wrist. I protect and hit, just using my wrist, not with my arms.
Men Suriage Men Omote.
This time the opponent's coming for the men, and you're protecting the men and hitting the men of the opponent through the omote side. Again, as you see, as soon as the opponent's moving, my body is also going forward. And then just using the wrist to hit the man. If you use your arms, it's going to be too late for you to counterattack. So try to keep your body straight, your shinai in the center of your body, and then as soon as you protect, use your wrist to hit the man, and then go through, keeping a good zanshin. Here I'm gonna show you in slow motion from different angle how we do this. As you see, I'm using less movement as possible. The less you move your shinai up and down, you can hit the opponent faster, and you're gonna be making less opening to yourself. If you do too big motion, then it's gonna be too late. The opponent's coming all the way. The opponent's really trying to hit your man too. So if you're a little slow, then it's gonna be too close to hit the opponent's man.
Men すり上げ面裏
This time we're gonna do the men suriage men, but from the ura side. This time, instead of going forward, I'm showing you an example of going backwards also. But even though your body is going backwards, your feeling is always forward. You can never be in the protect mode. So the feeling is more like making the opponent come for your man. And as soon as the opponent comes, use the wrist to hit the quick man after protecting the opponent's shinai from the ura side. Make sure you don't bring your shinai too high or too low, just enough to protect your man. And then as soon as you protect your man, your shinai is right there to hit the opponent's man. This example, we're gonna show you from a different angle in a slow motion. The same thing. Make sure you block the opponent's shinai. As soon as you block, you gotta hit. If you block and then wait a little bit, then the opponent's gonna go back to the ready position. In Kendo, there is a few different timings where it's a good time to hit. One is when the opponent stops. That's a good chance to hit. The next one is when the opponent is getting ready to hit. That's another point. And the other one is after the opponent hits. And this particular example is after the opponent hits.
Men すり上げ小手
This time is men suriage kote. It's exactly the same timing as the men suriage men. But this time, say for example, the opponent doesn't come too far after the hit. Then instead of hitting the man, there's an opening for the kote right there. So, and since the kote is closer to you, it may sometimes be easier to hit the kote instead of the man. If you watch the All Japan Championships, there's quite a few players from Japan that use this kind of waza. After the hit, block, and since the kote is right there, you can hit the kote. Make sure you keep a good zanshin. Don't lose your mind to the opponent.
Men 返し胴
Now we're gonna go into kaeshido. Kaeshi waza is you actually block the opponent's strike once. Particularly, kaeshido is one of my favorite waza. You make the opponent come for man and block and use your wrist to strike the do. Same as the suriage waza, you cannot wait for the opponent to come. You have to make the opponent come. It's like, come on, come for the man. And then as soon as the opponent comes, block and counterattack right away. Your body has to be going forward. If your body is going backwards, it's gonna be too late for you to hit. Make sure you use your wrist. If you use your arms, it's gonna be too slow. Motion is gonna get too big. So block the opponent's man precisely and switch the do and then go through. Here I'm showing you how to protect the men. And then hit the door right away. Make sure you hit the side of the door. Protect above your head and use your wrist to strike the door. Bad example is when you bring your hand too high, and then as you do that, you tend to strike the opponent's front of the door. See how high my hand is on the wrong example? By doing that, you may be opening your kote, you may be opening your gyakudo, you may be opening your do, tsuki, everything's gonna be open. So make sure you don't break your balance when you protect.
Men返し逆動。
Gyakudo is a very difficult technique because a lot of people tend to put too much power on the right hand and then the strike gets kind of awkward. So make sure when you hit the do, Gyakudo, make sure you hit it with your left hand also. And then again, you have to protect your men in a far distance, far from your men. And as soon as you protect the men, you gotta switch to Gyakudo by hitting the opponent's left side of the door. After protecting the man, you gotta switch quickly to the Gyakudo using your hip. You have to use your koshi. Koshi is the hip to strike the Gyakudo and keep your mind to the opponent and do a good zanshin. When you hit the Gyakudo, make sure you hit the side of the do, same as the normal do. Here are some points that you should be careful. After hitting the do, make sure you keep a zanshin. You gotta keep looking at the opponent. And then break the mai quickly so that you're not gonna give a chance for the opponent to counterattack. Here's a bad example. You're hitting the do just with your arms, not with your hip. So your arms tend to go up. And obviously this is not gonna be a point at a tournament. But also it doesn't look good. This one is another bad example. You're facing the back to the opponent. This is a comparison looking at the first bad example. Your hand is going up. This one, your body is turning too much and you end up facing your back to the opponent, which is giving the opponent a chance to counterattack in case the do was on a point.
Kote返し面。
This time is the kote kaishi men. Opponent comes to kote, you do a kaishi men. You're blocking the opponent's kote from the omote side, and you're turning the shinai and strike the man really quick. Again, this is the same as any other waza. You cannot be in the waiting mode. You have to be always thinking forward, thinking ahead of the opponent. This is a very effective point during a kendo match.
Degote。
Next one is the Debana waza. Debana waza means when the opponent's starting their attack, you have to hit the opponent before he even hits you. The point that's different from the wazas that we did before is that the other ones we let the opponent hit first and then we would protect and hit back. But this one, when the opponent's feeling like going, that's when you stop the opponent's motion. This one in particular, the opponent is coming from man and you're hitting the kote as the opponent's hand goes up. The point here is that your body has to go forward to hit the kote. As soon as the opponent moves, you have to be hitting the kote. So it's like the opponent's kote is going up and you're hitting the kote as it goes up. This is a bad example. You're trying to hit the kote when the opponent's shinai is coming down. And that's gonna be too late and your body is gonna be losing. The opponent's gonna be on top of you. So make sure you gotta hit as soon as the opponent's coming up instead of when the opponent's coming down.
Degashiramen.
Degashiramen is also one of my favorite waza. It's like you hit the opponent's man before the opponent even hits you. It's like you make the opponent come for a man. As soon as the opponent moves, you hit the man before the opponent. One of the reasons I really like this waza is because you can give a very big psychological damage to the opponent, because the opponent is feeling like coming for the man, but then you actually beat the opponent before that. That means you're not just fast physically, but you're mentally faster than him too. The point when you hit the Degashiramen is that you have to be ready to hit the man. You have to make the opponent come for your man. Some people, they wait for the opponent until they react, and then you try to hit, but that's gonna be too late. And you're gonna be losing speed to the opponent. So the feeling is like, come on opponent, come up for man. And then as soon as he moves, your body has to go forward instead of going back, trying to protect the man and then hitting. Don't worry about being hit by the opponent. Try to always hit before the opponent. If the opponent gets you first, then the opponent is better than you, so you get another kind of goal for you to try to achieve. Try to hit before the opponent.
Nukido.
Next one is the nukido. There's a big difference between the nukido and the menkaishido. Nukido, you don't protect the opponent's man. As soon as the opponent moves to come for the man, you move in to hit the opponent's do before the opponent even tries to hit your man. This is a very beautiful waza to see if somebody does it properly. Again, you're gonna be hitting the side of the do, not the front side of the do of the opponent. Same as any other do hit, the point here is to hit the side of the do. If you hit the front side of the do, the front of the do, first of all, it's not gonna be a point during tournament, and also you're not gonna be using your wrist fully to strike the do, so the strike is not gonna be as strong as hitting the side of the do. And when you hit the front of the do, your motion is gonna be more like waiting for the opponent instead of you going for the do. The opponent is actually coming for the man first, but then you have to hit the do before the opponent hits your man.
Nuki gyakudo.
Nuki Gyakudo is a very difficult waza to do. As soon as the opponent moves the same way as the Nuki-do, you have to hit the do, but this time you're hitting the Gyakudo, so your body is going to be moving to the opposite side as the Nuki-do. You're going to your left. That means the opponent's right side. You're hitting the opponent's left do, and then you're going to the right side of the opponent. Again, the important thing is you have to hit the side of the do, not the front of the do. And different than the Kaishido, you cannot protect the opponent's men. As soon as the opponent comes in, your body is going forward, and then you're hitting the do. After a hit, make sure to do a good zanshin. Since Gyakudo is a very difficult waza, I'm gonna show you here in slow motion. As soon as the opponent comes in, take a big step with your left foot to your left side, and then hit the Gyakudo with your left wrist. Your power has to be on the left hand. If you try to hit with your right hand, you're not gonna do it right. The shinai has to move in 45 degrees angle.
Ai kote men.
Aikotemen is a very powerful tool, especially if you know that the opponent's good at kote and they're gonna try to hit your kote, then it's the best way to protect your kote by doing the aigotemen. You're hitting the kotemen at the same time the opponent comes for your kote. This way, even if your kote doesn't strike the opponent's kote, you're being able to protect your kote by hitting the opponent's kote. And then right away, go for the men. The same timing as when you hit the kote men. The point here is to hit the first kote without stepping too much forward. Of course, you do the step with your right foot, but keep your right foot, step your right foot close to where you're standing, because the opponent's already coming forward to hit your kote. So if you hit the kote with a big step forward, it's gonna get too close to the opponent. So you hit the kote about the same spot. Keep your left foot at the same location, and then hit the man. The bad example here shows you stepping too much forward. When you do that, it's gonna take too much time to hit the kote. So there's a chance that the opponents may hit your kote, and also you may get too close to the opponent, and your man is not gonna be a good one. Another point here is that, same as any other waza, you cannot be waiting for the opponent to come. If you wait, then your kotemen is going to be too slow and the opponent may just hit your kote before you even start your motion. So make sure as soon as the opponent moves, you have to go for the kotemen. The feeling is more like you have to make the opponent come for your kote. You have to make the opponent come for your kote, and then as soon as the opponent comes, you have to be hitting kotemen before the opponent. Now we're gonna study tsubazuriai. We're gonna show you a good example and some bad examples of tsubazuriai. Tsubazuriai, your both hands has to be in front of you, and the tsuba, your tsuba and the opponent's tsuba are touching. A bad example would be to place your shinai to the opponent's shoulder, trying to avoid the opponent movement. This could be on both sides of the opponent's shoulder. If you do this, you may get a penalty during a tournament. Another thing is you're trying to hold the opponent's shinai with your arms, trying to avoid the opponent to make a good tsubazuriai, or forcefully push the opponent shinai. So the good tsubazuriai is to have a good position, both of you, and play fairly from there.
つばぜり合いからの面。
Next, we're gonna study some wazas from the tsubazuriai. Here, we're gonna do men from the tsubazuri position. The important thing is to hit the opponent's men with the right portion of the shinai, the tip 1/3 of the shinai, and as soon as you hit, make sure you break the mai, go far distance, so you're not gonna give the opponent a chance to come and counterattack you. Since you're at the close position, it's very easy for the opponent to feel what you're gonna do. So as soon as you decide when to hit, you have to break the mai quickly to strike the man at the correct position. Tsubazuriai position, you're actually in physical contact with the opponent. So you can do a lot of things from there. You can just simply wait for the opponent to push you and then utilize the opponent's power for you to go back and hit the man. Or if the opponent is just staying there, find the right timing so quickly you can strike the opponent's man. As soon as you do that, you have to break your mai quickly. Make sure you bring your hands up.
つばぜり合いからの小手。
Next one, we're gonna do a kote from the tsubazuri position. Same as the men, you have to break the mai quickly and hit the kote with the right portion of the shinai. Since the kote is even closer to you, you have to take a bigger step to hit the kote. One way of doing this is to slightly push the opponent's shinai to your left side. As you can see in the slow motion, I'm pushing the opponent's shinai that way, so the opponent's gonna rebound and open the kote for you. And that's the timing to hit the kote. As you hit the kote, break your mai and keep a good zanshin. I'm gonna show you in close up now the tsubazuriai kara no kote. From the right position of the tsubazuri, your body moves back first in order for you to get a bigger distance from the opponent and hit the kote with the right portion of the shinai.
つばぜり合いからの胴。
Next one, we're gonna hit the do from the tsubazuri. You're hitting the opponent's right do. It is a good idea to move to your left side, maybe about 45 degrees from where you are. So it's gonna be easier for you to see the opponent's do. If you go back straight, then the opponent's arm may be on your way to hit the do. But if you move to your side, then you can hit the little opening of the do. When you hit the tsubazuriai do, as I said, it's very important to go 45 degrees back. Because let's say you miss the do, and if you go straight back, there's a big chance for the opponent to protect that do and come for your man right away. And since your shinai is down around the do, your man is totally open for the opponent to strike. So that's one of the reasons it's very good to go to your side.
つばぜり合いからの逆動。
Next one, you're hitting the gyakudo from the tsubazuri position. This is very effective for the people to try to protect their men, kote, and the do by doing that kind of position, by bringing the left hand up. In that case, your gyakudo is totally open, so that's your chance to hit the gyakudo. Otherwise, the other targets are all blocked. So you have to sort of find the pattern which the opponent's gonna do when you try to go back. And if you realize that the opponent is getting used to that kind of protective mode by blocking the man, kote, and the do, then that's your chance to hit the gyakudo. When you're in tsubazuri position, you have to feel what the opponent's gonna do in order to protect. So this is a good example. When the opponent tries to protect kote, man, do that way, then your gyakudo is open. One way to find that is to try to move to your side, to your left side. Then the opponent's gonna try to protect kote usually. Then that's your chance to hit the do. Here's another angle.